Hello and welcome back to another video. So first of all, I want to apologize for not having uploaded for the last past 4 months because same excuse as old. I have been very busy and I actually still am very busy and but I just thought I promised you guys I'm gonna make consistent videos, but I haven't been doing that and I kind of feel bad, so let's take a bit of time to just make a quick video because some new features in Travian uh, has really caught my attention recently, so I thought I'd like to talk about them. Yeah, but first of all, I want to say I'm sorry for not having uploaded for so long, and also for having cut short the Travian tournament series, the finals series. And the reason for that one is there were some problems in my account in the Travian finals, which caused some complications, so I had to end my kind of journey there. So yeah, sorry about that as well. But let's just get into this video. Okay, so recently Travian Games announced that they will be implementing some new features into Travian Legends, like the usual Travian 4 games. And that's because they tested out some new ideas in the Scattered Empires servers, and they, according to Travian Games, the response was very positive, and so they will put them into the normal Travian servers. And the features I'm talking about is the troop merge and the ability to forward defense around. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, or you're kind of behind the news, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just going to quickly go over what these two features are. So they are kind of controversial, especially with a lot of the English players. There's been a lot of controversy over this issue. The less controversial one is the troop forwarding, which basically is if you reinforce somebody else, you can forward your troops to another person. But obviously, it's only in an alliance. So if I reinforce an alliance member with 300 Fallies, for example, he can then forward them to another member of our alliance without having them going back to my villages. So that saves time. But obviously, it doesn't help in combat because when defending, you're still defending. But that can shorten the time required to defend each other. So that's a pretty interesting idea. And on the whole, there wasn't too many problems with the idea, apart from people saying that there will be like hubs of defense reinforced from everyone else, so there'll just be one person in charge, and that kind of takes the teamwork out of the whole game. But that really depends on how your alliance plays and how your alliance works out. So there isn't too many problems in that feature. Okay, so let's go on to the more controversial feature, which is obviously the troop merge. So basically, what this function or feature is that if you have, let's say, 5 villages, you can reduce troops in all of them and combine them into one big hammer or anvil. Obviously, you don't really need to combine them if it's just a wall, obviously an anvil. But if you've got a hammer, mini hammers in all your villages, you can combine them into one big hammer, which is also a very interesting idea. But a lot of problems arose from this. Because of the fact that you can make a very, very big hammer, if you have 40 villages with 30 of them producing clubs and then combining them all into the capital, then you can make very, very big hammers very quickly, and that would cause a lot of problems when building WWs for defense, it's just there hasn't been a boost. Travian Games says that obviously the forwarding has been a boost to defending, but really it's just time. It just saves time. When actual combat, it makes no difference. However, for the troop merging, there is a difference in combat, because they can have a lot more troops attacking at the same time, which makes it a lot more complicated when building WWs, which is obviously one of the major arguments for people against this idea. Also, it's a feature which uses gold. Obviously, you can do it with resources, but it takes a lot of resources. But when it comes to gold, it just takes, I think, 20 gold, and you can already merge troops. So that makes the game even more gold intensive, which obviously pisses even more people off, and just makes the difference really large between those that use gold and those that don't. Another main argument is that because they can combine troops together, it makes it really easy for them to move it around. So it becomes really hard to kill, a hammer. And besides, because they can be trained in various different villages, it makes it difficult, to destroy the barracks, for example, to immobilize troop production in the Hammer village. Because now you can't. You can literally put them in the capital, where you don't even need barracks, which makes it very hard to kill off hammers, making the job of defenders even higher. Which is obviously why a lot of people are very pissed off with this idea. So, because of this, Travian Games have come up with some proposals, as in here, some proposals as how to change these features or amend to them to make them more acceptable so that the people are willing to try them out. So let's see what they have. So these are basically what Travian Games are suggesting. Okay, so here, time delay for merging troops. This this proposal came up because if you think about it, when you can merge troops, all you need is, when you chief a new village, you just need to send in troops from other villages, and immediately you have a mini hammer which you can raid and destroy everyone around you. Which proposes a very big problem because get a new village normally. When you chief a village, there's no troops, no barracks, no palace, no residence. It's residents only because you can chief capital. But yeah, but normally when you do it, that village becomes very vulnerable. So it's very possible for people to re-chief it or just to kick you out. However, with this merging, that becomes practically impossible if there's no time delay. People can just send troops into there and then boom, immediately they have like 5,000 clubbies. They can just destroy everyone in the region, which obviously causes a very big problem. So time delay for merging troops is about chiefing and settling new villages. And the next suggestion, merging costs, gold and resources. I don't know what kind of English that is, and kind of sounds weird. It's not really a functional sentence, but you know what it means. It's so that the difference between gold usage and non-gold usage is lessened, because normally if they use gold, they don't need to use any resources, and as long as they spend money, they can have a huge hammer. But now, if they need resources as well, then obviously this becomes a lot more workable. But for something I find weird about the way Travian approaches this gold and resources idea, because here they say, if I can find it, it would always require gold, which punishes players which want to play without gold completely. So, however, that doesn't have to be the case, because yes, obviously you can have gold and resources. However, you can also have one which just uses resources. The gold can just decrease, slightly the amount of resources you need. But so that difference. So there is a point in using gold, but the difference between gold using and non-gold using isn't as great, because that really gets on a lot of people's nerves, and I do too because I don't play with gold, and Travian is already a very gold-intensive game, so obviously you want to lessen the gap between gold users and non-gold users, so that is the thing. The next suggestion, if we go back up, is limit the daily amount of troops to be merged, and I think that's a very, very good idea, because that way you can't have humongous hammers in like 2 days. That way you can't. prevents that, and also that can help with the new village chief villages problem, also because then you can't bring as many troops into those villages. But the limit, was also the limit is controversial. What is appropriate limit? Travian games need to figure it out what that limit needs to be. And then don't merge catapults and rams at all is obviously in regards to WW, because otherwise you can merge a lot of catapults and rams together, which causes kind of a lot of havoc when attacking a WW. And lastly, allow merging only to a defined army size, and that is again a very workable idea because then, and I think a lot of people will be happy with that one because then people cannot build ridiculously huge hammers. However, then it kind of defeats the point of, the function because let's say you can only build 10,000 clubbies, you can only merge 10,000 clubbies, but that's simple. It's not that difficult to build. But if you bring it really high, then people can still merge, and it's like there's no difference. So that is a good idea, but I don't know how it can be put into practice because it's again the same with the limit. It's what is the good, appropriate limit or defined size. There's just no model answer, which is kind of the big problem. But really, I think they should add one more, which helps with the new villages problem. Is that if you want to merge troops into the village, you have to have researched them already. So like, if you have a new village with which you haven't researched anything, then you cannot obviously bring in a troops, new troops, new troops to the region. So if you only have clubbies, you cannot bring TKs in. And also to add on to that, I think that you should also have, at least amount of troops in that village. So let's say you want to merge 500 clubbies into a new village. That village should at least have like 200 clubbies or something like that, so that this feature doesn't become overpowered. So what do I think about these two features? Actually, I welcome them. I'm really glad that Travian is bringing out new features that are big, not just bringing some new items into the heroes or some new fixes to bugs. Those, obviously, you need maintenance, you need constant small improvements. However, Travian needs big change. We know that Travian is not getting any more popular. You can check out my video, Is Travian Dead? I'll leave a link in the description. You can check that video out. I talk about whether Travian is dead. But back to here, I think that it's good that there's change in Travian because the game is dying. We know that. If there's no change, it's just going to keep dying, and it's not going to get any better. So we need change, and when you need change, you got to, when it's desperate, you just got to do it. You just got to make those big changes that are, yes, risky, but can change the entire situation. So we need change, and it's pretty drastic. So yes, I welcome big changes. Obviously, there's still a lot of problems with these features. When you have big moves, there are going to be flaws in them. I completely understand that, and I agree with a lot of the points that people are bringing up. About overpoweredness, about how defense is not going to be worth it anymore. I understand and I agree with a lot of these points as well. However, those people that say that it should be kept the way it is, that's not realistic. That is not realistic because Travian is not going to get any more exciting, even if it stays the same way. At the moment, it's not that exciting. Let's be honest. So we need change, and this is the kind of thing that can maybe make Travian popular again. Maybe or maybe not. Who knows? What I think Travian games should do is run a test server. Well, not really a test server. Literally just a normal server on .com maybe, but with these features. Only one though, because if it's worldwide, people kind of panic, and it's hard to understand, you know, the flaws and the problems in this. If it's very widespread, it's hard to study. So one server with these, let the gold users play, let the noobs play, you know, let everyone play in like one test server with this, and then see what the problems is, see what the problems are, and then make changes to them, tweak the features to make them work. Because I think this has potential and can be very good. So that's what I think. Comment down below what you guys think, and yeah, that's it for today. I might make another video about this if some news comes out. I might make another video. I don't know. It depends on how much time I have. But yeah, I'll see you around soon.